guys, good evening and welcome back. Uh, Apology for the short break. We just have to get everything done as soon as possible so we can go to bed early. So we'll be having our second speaker today very soon in person of Babafaros. Babafaros is a social media influencer, as must have seen in the presentation, and he's here with us. But before we have him on the stage, please permit me to play the presentation the last time. Thanks.
Farombi Oluwaseun, popularly known as Babafaros, is a social media influencer, manager, public relations personnel, and actor. He hails from Oyo Town, Oyo State, Nigeria. He is an outstanding student of the famous Obafemi Awolowo University, also known as the Africa's most beautiful campus. He currently gets 12,000 average views on his WhatsApp status daily and has about 30,000 followers on Instagram. Babafaros, who got his nickname Babafaros because of his addiction to Fero's drink, has won several honorary awards as a well-respected personnel, sponsor, and PR. Farombi Oluwaseun was featured in different Nollywood movies, including the famous and trending movie Citation, directed by Kunle Afolayan and distributed by Netflix. Ladies, gentlemen, I present to you Babafaros.
Babafaros.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, bro.
Good evening. Is the network here? Network here is crazy, man. I had to switch to another network.
It happens. Good evening, bro. How's everything?
I'm fine. How is the program going?
So far, so good. We are very sorry for the stress, sir.
No. Not at all. Not at all.
So, are you ready for us now, sir?
Yes.
Okay, guys, we are going right into the second session. Then our speaker, Farombi Oluwaseun, popularly known as Babafaros, is here with us, and he will be taking charge pretty soon. I'll play the presentation the last time. Sorry for
Yeah, good evening, everyone. And how has been the program? I guess so. We've had some speakers here, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I'm here to talk about social media and the use of social media and how to be an influencer, a social media influencer. Well, I don't know who are the people online. I want to know the people online. Hello, Convener.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yeah, how do I respond to people when they are online?
Okay, let me just be showing their comments here. We have
Okay.
Ibito Yolo as Tosin. Welcome, Babafaros.
Okay. I think this is the first time I will be on a YouTube. Is this YouTube? This is YouTube, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Oh,
We
okay.
are streaming from StreamYard. There should be a place where you can see the comments from your end. But let me see how you can add it to the screen.
Is it chat?
Yes, comments actually, not chat.
Oh, okay. Now I can see. Now I can see comments. Oh, okay. I can see Abiola Fagunwa. Can see Oladunjoye, Oluwaseun, Bitoye. Okay. Cool. All right, it's nice to have everybody on. Yeah. And as I've said, as the interviewer said earlier, I'm Babafaros. I'm a social media influencer in OAU, and I'm an actor. And I've done a lot of things, especially pertaining to social media. I'm here to discuss number one, how to be. I think the major topic is how to be a successful social media influencer in Nigeria, right?
Yes.
Okay, now. So, well, number one thing I always tell people, I think everybody is an influencer in a way. Everybody is an influencer in a way. Number one, as perhaps the firstborn, or the secondborn, or the thirdborn, or the only child in your family, you're an influencer in a way. You can actually influence people around you. So far you can influence people around you, I feel everybody has a little spirit of influencing. You can always convince a friend that let's go to this show. You can always convince them, I don't do this, do that. So it does an influence. But now to not be a social media influencer, you you have to know the right use of the social media platforms, starting from WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and the rest, the platforms. So now, for social media influencing, there requires number one, first thing that people always have to know when it comes to social media influencing is that you have to have audience. There is always a starting point. That's number one thing, how to be a social media influencer. There is always a starting point. You must have audience. Take for example, I started from my class in pharmacy. I was a class rep for my class. So now class rep of over 150 students. I became popular from that. From there, I contested for the faculty, for my faculty PRO. So I think every influencer in the way, every influencer you've seen, they actually started somewhere. So you need to start from a very, very big audience. So as I've said, for you to be a social media influencer, you need to grow from an audience, because growing an audience starts little by little. You can't just start and say, okay, you're an influencer. Some people started from their church, some people started from their class, some people started from their hostel. So I feel every influencer has to actually start from somewhere. You need to know an audience. Some people started from their WhatsApp. Some people, I know someone that started influencing the fact that she's selling things. So being the fact that she's selling things, she had some audience, she had people checking her status, she had people checking her Instagram. From there, she started her influencing job. So how to be an influencer, you need to actually start from an audience. That's number one. Number two is that you need to create a face for yourself on your social media platform. You are using, either you want to use WhatsApp, either you want to use. I think every influencer needs to actually be on a social media platform, but there is a starting point. I started from WhatsApp. Now I'm gradually moving to Instagram. I have to actually crash Instagram in a way. So number one, you need to start from how do I say it? You need to start in a way that people will know that okay, this is the niche you want to belong to. Let me use that word. I personally, people knew me as a journalist. People first started knowing me as a journalist. From journalism, people know, okay, I'm now doing social media. I'm now an influencer. Then later, people know that now I'm actually acting. So I feel number one, you should always create a niche for yourself. Okay, take for example, people have been coming to this program. Some people have been talking about freelancing, some people have been talking about blogging. I think some people have been talking about different topics. For them to have been talking about different topics, it actually shows they've actually created a niche for themselves. Whereby once people remember, okay, this is the person, one is freelancing, we are calling this person. One it is so we are calling this person. So immediately I created niche for myself. People knew me, okay, this is a social media influencer, is a PR, you can push this, you can push that. So I feel people have a mistake of actually creating niche for themselves. You need to create a niche for yourself that let people know that okay, this is what you do. So now the proper use of social media platforms. Now, after creating an audience for yourself, after knowing where you are starting from, maybe you are starting from church, there are some social media influencers, there are some PRs. The social media influencer of the thing actually is divided to different ways. There are some Twitter influencers. There are all the comedians too. They are influencers in a way. They are just content creators. So everybody is an influencer. There are some WhatsApp TV. There are Twitter influencers. There are TikTok influencers. There are people that are porn influencers. There are some people on their WhatsApp status. The only thing they know is posting porn. That's what they do. There are some people what they do is football. Do you understand? So now you need now to create a niche that you know interests you, that is convenient for you. The niche that I actually created for myself is more or less like I created a general niche in a way. I actually, being the fact that I'm if I started from journalism, so I created a journalism niche for myself, in the sense that when you want to know trendy things in Nigeria, you see it on my status. Well, when you want to know trendy things in OAU, you see it on my status. When you want to know trendy things in anywhere or in your environment, you see it on myself. So I created a journalism niche for myself. There's some people that would need to create for themselves with football. I know I have influencer that the only thing he posts is about football. Do you understand? So you need to create a niche for yourself. Once you create a niche for yourself, people know that okay, this is what you do. So now the next thing is the proper use of your social media platforms. Once you've created a niche for yourself, now you need to let people know that okay, this is what you are up to do. I always tell people that your social media platform is what tell people who you are in a way. If tomorrow, if let me use this as an example. If tomorrow I travel to Lagos and I maybe borrowed clothes, as I was saying, we stopped at creating a niche for yourself, right? Yeah, that's the last thing. Now the next thing is actually knowing how to use your social media platforms. So yes, I was talking about me taking pictures, going to airport or something to take pictures and all. I may actually not have around 10,000 in my account or something, but people believe this guy is hot, this guy is rich, all because of what you see on social media. So now there are some people on social media that in real life they're actually gentle, but on their social media platforms they are not gentle in quotes. People tend to see them as someone that is not gentle. People will not believe the real them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now, if you are someone that's on your social media platforms, what you actually promote is hatred. Some people on the social media platforms, what they promote is abusing someone. Some people that on their social media platforms, what they promote is how to abuse someone, how to say, okay, like now the year is ending now. Some people posting and blocking you off and deleting. So people just see you as someone that promotes hatred. People see you as someone that is not loved by people. So by that, and in the real sense, you might not have that, you might not be that kind of person, but that's what people are seeing on social media. So that's what people believe about you. So if tomorrow I post the house that I bought the house, people believe that I got the house. So I believe people should actually know how to handle their social media platforms. People should know the right way to use their social media. People should know, okay, now on social platform, this is not what to post, this is what to post. Now, so becoming social media influencer, now you've gotten your audience, right? You know the niche you want to go to. Now the next thing most times is actually getting a mentor. When you have a mentor, like I have mentors, but not personal. But I watch the way they post, I watch the way they tweet, I watch the way they post things on their Instagram, I watch the way they post things on their social media platform. So mentorship actually helps. They faced a lot of things, they faced a lot of brand. Even till now, I still have some mentors that I call on to when I have issues with some brands. They tell me that this is the way to do, this way to talk, this way to do some things. So I feel about the third thing is getting a mentor, someone that will be putting you through. This is not what to post, these things to post, this is how to trend. Do you understand? So after getting a mentorship, I think the next thing is now coming on your social media platforms, WhatsApp, Twitter, and all, and you start with the niche you want to start with. So now the when you now start, I think the works now begin. You have to be consistent. That's the truth. It's not something that okay, for me now, for years now, I've been posting on my WhatsApp status, newspaper, trending things and all. Social media is like a boost. Let me use that word. Once you don't trend again, people will not recon with you again, people will not remember you again. So now if you post back to back, if you are consistent back to back with your niche, with your audience, people start recommending you to other audience. Your audience will start recommending you to other audience. Do you get? Now you are someone that posts about maybe football. Look at, like, okay, now I have someone that posts about football very well, post about football. People keep sending number, and for you to get the latest updates about football, this number to use for you to get. Do you understand? If okay, like someone that focused on porn, Now there's some people that they recommend, they send numbers that okay, if you want to watch porn, that's know that if it is trending things, this is the number to go and get. So now you need now to be consistent. So from the consistency, you don't even need from the consistency, people will grow, your audience will keep growing little by little. Then you need to actually post some stunts, like giveaway, like meeting someone that has more audience more than you to push for you. Like I have some people that okay, now that I'm saying I want to go on Instagram now, I have some people that I need to go and meet on Instagram. They'll be the one to push me a little and all. So that's another thing. Then the next thing is now maintaining a cordial relationship with your audience. Your audience need to know that okay, this is the guy, this is the fit, that there are some mistakes people actually make, that some influencers actually make. They don't create a face behind their brand. There's some people that they use their brand as advocating a niche for yourself, and you started growing your audience. Now you need to create a face for your brand. You need to show your face, because being an influencer, it shows that people trust you. If I post some brand now and the brand actually fucks up, sometimes even most times you'll be the one that people will look after. There's some things I can't engage with in a way, because people trust your brand. People trust your brand. So you can't just be posting some stuff. There are some stuff because of my niche I can't post. Even there are some stuff that once I post, some people will even comment that Babafaros, this is only there for you to have posted it. So now you need to create a face. That's a lot of mistakes that a lot of influencers do. They don't create a face behind their brand. People don't know them. They just know that so influencer exists. But people need to know your face. That okay, if there's some people now that there was a time a brand fucked up, and the guy messaged me, was like, Rafa, I know you very well. I have your pictures. I can always post some pictures around that you are not that influenced so brand, and didn't and the brand scammed me. So when you create a face for your brand name, people now start trusting you. And because you've grown your audience and you post for them, you influence for their brand. From there, people the brands they are influencing for, they have what should I say? They are enjoying your services. You know, there are some brands I've posted for free of charge, even they enjoy the services, they see people coming to them and all. From there, the referral will keep coming, and then you now know how to now, to enlarge your tentacles. That's just it. You grow friends with people, with other influencers, and I think that's the journey really. That's the journey to be a social media influencer. Then one of the things that makes people angry again is replying messages, really, like, which I'm still suffering for even till now. You have a lot of I reply, like currently now I have over 17,000 WhatsApp contacts, and even on Instagram I have a lot of DMs. Even my Twitter, I can't know the I can't. It was someone that was telling me this night that she messaged me on Twitter, I didn't reply. So I think one of the major tasks of a social media influencer is replying messages. Is not actually easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. So, and I think the best way to handle that, sometimes I have some people that actually reply for me. Sometimes I give people my phone, please don't just reply, especially my business line. So that's one of the major reasons. That's one of the major tasks of the social media influencer. The second task is that people tend to see you as someone that is proud when you don't reply their messages. I have a lot of people that they are not happy with me because they feel I'm proud. Whereas I'm not proud. So I need to chat them with other social media platforms and all. Then the third thing is, once you know you've created a very big audience for yourself, and you are sure that okay, when brands come, you need to charge them. When you charge them, you meet a lot of stubborn customers. They tend to let's assume you're charging 100 naira for your advert now. You tend to say I should charge 5 naira. Once you say this is what you charge and you're not going back, they'll be the one to even tell other people that this is what it does, this is the fixed price. Because reducing your price for other brands actually tends to see you as someone that is should I say broke, or very someone that is hungry for money. And as a PR, as a social media influencer, you need to watch the way you deal with some brand. Actually, you need to watch the way you deal with some brands. So I think that's all I can say about becoming a successful social media influencer. Really.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, boss.
Yeah, can we start taking question and answer now, sir?
Okay.
All right. Okay, everyone. Thank you. And now you've met the famous Babafaros. Okay. We will be taking your questions and answer now, of course. So just make use of the comment section, drop it here, and it will be projected live here. And I can also get out if you want me to. Questions. Maybe I should open the field stage then. Okay. You suggested that being an influencer, it is important for all influencers to be on all platforms. And however, it is okay you start with a platform, and then
Yes.
we have several social media influencers now. We have social media platforms rather. We have Instagram, we have Facebook, we even have WhatsApp, we have Twitter. So, which one do you think is probably easy? Probably with conversation with other influencers or with your personal experience?
I don't get you. Come again.
Which social media platform do you think it is easy to navigate or to build the audience as an influencer?
Well, the easiest one is WhatsApp. Everybody's on WhatsApp. I think there's nobody that is not on WhatsApp. I think I've not seen anybody that will tell me he's not on WhatsApp. I think almost everybody's on WhatsApp. I think that's one of the easiest way. Then from WhatsApp, then we have Twitter and Instagram. That's a bigger platform. WhatsApp is just find to people that have your number, to your environment. But Instagram and Twitter is a bigger platform, and Facebook, people can see you from different countries. But the best way to start is WhatsApp. That is starting from your family.
Okay, we have a question from. Thank you very much for the answer. I got that. I think I'll be starting my career with WhatsApp then. We have a question from Abdul Wahab Mustafa. Good evening. Being an introvert, how do one create a space for himself as an influencer?
Well, I feel as an introvert, I don't I don't think it's not easy for anyone to be an influencer, really. It's not easy because there are some different things that you'll be forced to do. As an influencer, you'll be forced to go to party. As an influencer, like me personally now, I started as an influencer and I never thought of acting. That's the truth. I never thought of acting. It was just that when people call when all these filmmakers when they come to campus, they say they need someone that is popular that can act for them or that can make their idea. So now imagine that. So I think you need all these uh, even
Sir, your voice is breaking, sir.
okay, can you hear me?
Your voice. Okay, yeah, I can hear you now, sir.
Can you hear me now? Okay, because even being an influencer, there are a lot of stunts that you need to pull. So a lot of rubbish that people even say about you. Some people will say you're giving back spend anything. So it's not easy. You need to switch.
Okay, Abdul Wahab Mustafa, I think you've got an answer to your question. You can be an introvert, but then not all the time know when to, I mean, tap in from other type of VAT, so you can even be an ambivert. I think that's the trending one now. A question from Damilari Ogunwotimi. How does one deal with the stress of social media influencing?
The stress. Well, the only stress I'm, I'm facing is like this, which
Your voice is broken, sir.
can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, we can hear you now.
It's very clear now.
Yes.
Okay, so as I said the only stress I'm passing through as an influencer is just replying messages. I think that's the major one. The second one is maybe perhaps popularity. You tend to do some things in public and you can't do them because people know you that you're an influencer. Okay, like take for example, the time I went to bank. I want to actually argue with a banker and all, and or bank issues, but you can't do that because people know you're an influencer, a public figure. So I think that's a stress to me. But the major stress is actually replying to people, actually replying people's messages. That's the major stress that is there, and you need to keep enjoying the stress. Let me use that because at least it's bringing money, it's bringing food to your table. So you need to then, or you hire someone to reply for you, or sometimes I send voice note to people when I'm tired of replying messages. So I think that's the major stress of social media influencing. The second stress I think is just that people saying different things about you, but I think that's not an issue. You don't need to reply. You can cope with that.
Sorry, sir. I should put an input here. Uh,
Okay.
Aside from with stress of replying, I guess you will be referring more to WhatsApp. But then, do you? I know you have close to 30,000 subscribers, or sorry, followers on Instagram. Do you also have issues of a lot of messages on Instagram too?
Well, on Instagram, even when I want to discuss some important things with people, I tell people to message me on Instagram because people hardly use Instagram for messaging. People hardly use Instagram. Even one of the fastest way to get to me is Instagram, really, because Instagram, I'll see all the DMs I have on my Instagram and apparently it's around 40 something. So I'll see all the 40 something messages, the messages, and I'll reply. But WhatsApp, everybody's on WhatsApp. Everybody's also apparently my WhatsApp. Sometimes I reply over 1,005 in a day, and I keep replying. I keep replying. So I think there's no messaging on what people tend to go to IG and watch comedy and watch skit and all. That's that's all for Instagram.
Okay, a question from Comfort Undai. Apology if I got the pronunciation of the name wrong. What is the
Okay.
most profitable niche in Nigeria? I mean, in social media influencer or influencer.
I think the most stable niche
One.
is is the general. No, the, the most the most profitable niche in Nigeria is being in the general niche. Let me use that word. The general niche, you can actually switch to anything. That's the truth. In the general niche, let me use that word. Because but it depends on you actually. There's some people that they can't cope with the general niche. That's the truth. Because as an example now, if you want me to influence for a sporting company, I know what to do. What I just need to do is go to online, know how to influence, or watch YouTube, or watch some things online, how to influence for a sporting company. Do you understand? So, but sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. It's just because okay. Let me give you let me give you as an example. I think the last Big Brother Niger housemate. There are most of them they are in the general niche of influencing. They do anything. They can influence for any brand. They can influence for anybody. Do you understand? But someone like Ozo took the niche of sports. He was just on that sport. He was into I saw him presenting for Super Sports. I think last 2 3 days. So I feel the most profitable niche to me If you ask anybody that is in sporting niche now, they can tell you that it's sports niche that is the best. If you ask someone that is into porn, they can tell you it's the best. If you ask someone that is into let's say gadgets, they tell you it's the best. But to me, it's general, so I can switch. Because you can switch. You
Okay.
don't know the next wave that can enter Nigeria. That's the word to use. So let me just be in the safer part and be the general niche. You can take
It's
any
okay.
brand as you like.
That works. Okay. Here's a question from Michael. Thank you for
Okay.
this session, sir. How do you manage to handle your audience since you have different niches?
Andrew, like in what sense? Okay,
I
yeah,
think
okay, yeah, okay, yes, I get the question. Now, me the fact that I'm in the general niche, I have this mentality that okay, early in the morning, there are some people on my social media pages, there are some people on my WhatsApp that what they want to know, what they love seeing on my post is news. So early in the morning, I give them the news. Then the afternoon, they will go to maybe comedy or some cruise on WhatsApp. So I think it's one just it's not easy. Sometimes I post sports news, whereas some people are not even interested in sports. So I feel you just have to. Sometimes I write the major niches. I write them down. I know that, okay, I've not posted on sports today. Okay, I've not posted on comedy today because there are some people what they are on my social media platform is to laugh. They are not interested in any news. They are not interested in any sport. They want to laugh. There's some people is sports that is sports. There's some people is majorly sport. There's some people is news. There's some people on my WhatsApp there that what they want to be hearing is about news about OAU or news about Nigeria. So you just have to someone has to just try as much as possible to balance them. It's not easy.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got that. I personally, I think I view your status more for news. I don't buy
Okay.
newspaper at least, but at least I can see the
Yeah.
front page on your page. Okay, here's a question from the Ajanoku. What is the step-by-step move you would advise someone to say your year one Unilag? I think the person from Unilag that a
Okay.
class rep and already has a bit of an audience is a social
Okay.
media manager too. What should they focus on?
Okay. Okay. Well, I will use my own myself as an example. Now, but I'm being the fact that you're a class rep, you have an audience already. Now, this is what I did when I was a class rep. Number one, I try as much as possible to make sure that everybody in my class has my phone number and they saved it. And that's number one. Number two, I created a name. I make sure my nickname is more popular than people calling me class rep. Class rep. They call me more of Babafaros more than class rep. So from there, I created the WhatsApp TV and I was pushing it. So from there, I think the best referral in life is people referring you. That's the best thing, the best referral in life. So now my classmates, being the fact that they love me and I do them well. Once you're a class rep and you're serving people well, sometimes as when we buy manual, I buy manuals, I give them normal responsibility of a class rep. Once you are doing it well and you are not fucking up, they will start recommending you for people and they start telling people that this guy is he's a good guy, he's in social media. And once you are up and coming, I'm always in all shoes in my department. I'm always working with the school, the departmental PRO that time. So people start seeing you with the eyes of a class rep and a social media manager.
Emphasis on not fucking up. So
Yes.
Ajanoku fuck up. Okay, a question from Yetunde Olamide Omotosho. How were you
Okay.
able to cope with everything, be an influencer and a student?
Unlike to it's not easy to cope with. There's no way it will affect. There's no way it will affect you. There's no way you can't. The way we are programmed, you can't you can't be doing two things at this time. One will always affect the other. If maybe as a student, 50%, influencing 60%, there is no way being an influencer have affected it. It has actually affected me as a student academically, even some lecturers, victimization, different things. So I think one of the ways I actually cope was relationship with, because number one, I knew that I won't have any issue with being an influencer. So far, I know how to manage my audience. So the major thing is the being a student. So now the academics part, I have like two or three people that are actually that they are on standby. Let me use that word. They're on standby. Maybe when we have when I have test, 2 days to test, I know that they are the next people to call. They see it. They've even taken it as a responsibility. That's the truth, and I'm always happy with them. They've taken it as a responsibility to always help me when there is assignments. They call me that. Well, for example, some people even tell me that they've done it for me, that I should just come and write my name and matric number and submit. Do you understand? So you need to. That's the truth. So you just need to have some people, because I won't lie to you. I want to take. I love the influencing more than being a student. So now you need to now have some people that they love the student thing. They are very serious with their studies. So you be the one to just be with them, and in a way you have to always appreciate them. Do you understand? You appreciate them. You know what to do now. You appreciate them, yeah, and you don't sound as if you're using them. You can't even use them. It's not cool. You appreciate them when they need something, to you give it to them. Do you understand? So they've taken it as a responsibility to call me at tests, there's exams, even lecturers. They know that it's not easy. That you can't compare. You can't. It's not easy. It's not easy. So I think that's the major ways. That's the way I've actually coped. That's where I've actually been
Okay.
coped. Yeah.
Steven just say hello. So he's waving at you. Okay, we have a question here from Comfort under E. Have you ever declined working with a company excluding the pay? If yes, why?
I don't get the question.
I mean, what it means, like, have you ever declined
The
post
company.
advertisement people? Why? Because you feel like you are not comfortable with the content, and then maybe it's not. Of course, the payment is not the
Yes.
problem.
Very very well. Very a lot. A lot. I've declined a lot. A lot. There's some people that, like, now there are some WhatsApp TVs, they come to me that I should post porn. There's some people that they tell me that I should post, like, they want to do advertising for their porn TV. I'm not actually comfortable with it, because there are some of my audience that are lecturers. There are some of my audience that are parents. There are some parents of students that are my audience. Do you understand? Because my audience contains the Christian, the Muslim, the tradition, different people. So sometimes I decline those ones. Then there's some advert I decline that I don't trust the person involved. Do you understand? I don't want to by someone say I've been scammed. I saw someone on your status and I've been scammed. Do you understand? So I decline those ones too. Then sometimes I decline some advert that contradicts. Perhaps I've been signed with a brand already, and that same niche is coming to advertise with me. Of course, I will decline it, because I will tell you that I signed with a brand already that does this niche. So of course I declined it, but it's not easy. You can't be posting anything every time.
Yes, this.
Okay, yes, I said number one is me featuring in Netflix movie. The second one is me able to feed myself without my parents, and me able to actually help the people around me too. So then I think those are the those are the two successes so far as an influencer.
Sounds great. And the
Yeah.
second question from the same person.
What is the greatest hit in this industry? I mean, why would you encourage someone to go into that? I, I can't advise everybody to go into PR, really. I can't advise everybody to go into PR. So I don't think I can encourage someone in quotes, unless someone has actually have the mind to go. Then hey, I can. Do you understand? So PR is something you need to be comfortable with. You can't think of stress. You're actually part of it. Okay, take for example, PR journalism was part of me right from my right from childhood. My parents always telling me that, my dad especially always switching on the TV. That was Koko Nuwe at night. All these news. Then early in the morning, watching it in the morning. Radio, all these radio early in the morning. So from there, I started going interest in journalism. I always represent my school in what's this current affairs. So when it is mathematics, English, competition for me, but it is current affairs, so I go and meet my work in the industry. So I think you need to it will actually be something from interest, a born interest from you.
Okay, maybe I should also chip in a question now. You said until maybe you see the person doing something. So can you advise on like me to go into PR?
You are a freelancer. I know you as a freelancer. I can see you are freelancing a lot.
Okay, I know we skipped some questions before, so let's see maybe we can get to that before we call it a night.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, okay, Akinmoluwa again. Can you please give some pros and cons of being an influencer? I think this is going to be an influencer for you because he has been very passionate. The advantages and the disadvantages of being an influencer.
Well, the advantage is once you blow, you will make money. Number two, number two, and that's the truth. Number two is you will be loved by people. That's the truth. You'll be loved by a lot of people that I did an anonymous message few days ago who said that he love what I post. Someone even told me that anytime he's depressed, he comes to us and laugh. Do you understand? So you are actually healing. So you make money, you be loved by people, and from there you can anything can happen pertaining to your career when you are loved. So I think those are disadvantages of being a social media influencer. The disadvantages is that you be popular, you can't do things outside, you receive a lot of billing. People tend to believe that you very, very like that's like 1 billion. So people tend to bring if I open my social media platforms for you when people billing me, uh, I'm about to die, I'm about to do this, I'm about please send me money, I need yes, people believe you have money. So they will always bring I'm always running. There's some people that once they message I will something that this is what I do majorly now was once people message me is the long message. I'll just can once I see account number, I'll read that message because I just believe that you just want to be. It's not easy. You be popular, when things. I think this is
Bro,
advantage.
let me say my account number now.
He freelance.
Okay, Oladunjoye, Oluwaseun. Why do we need to have a target audience?
Well, is music word. You have to have a target audience because it's from that target audience. It's that target audience that will blow digitally to their audience. That word. Let me use that word. Now, my target audience as an influencer is OAU, right? So I started from OAU. It's from this same OAU that people started knowing schools. Do you understand? Okay, another example. All these our musicians, they started from Lagos. From Lagos, people started knowing them in Nigeria. From Nigeria, people started knowing them all over the world. So that's why you need to just start because is that your targeted that people want to get around about you. Yeah, eventually know you. So that's why I'll prefer you having a yes.
Okay, I think we actually there's no any other new questions here. That could have been because of the freeze. But probably some greetings, maybe you can reply to those ones. Let's start from Abiola Fagunwa,
Okay.
uh, Richard Edet, welcome Babafaros. Wow.
Thank you.
Abiola Famuwa again. Welcome, Babafaros. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us live. If you still have questions, please you can bring it in before our speaker for today retire to bed or to other activities, maybe for viewings. So, if you have questions, please make use of the comment section now. And in the absence of none, we can really call it a night. So, Baba Farouz, before we end the session, is there any other thing that you would like to share with the people?
Well, I will always say social media is live, really, because in the next few years, everybody, even now, everybody's on social media. Social media is live. If you are doing business, social media, your business might not blow, because now people are lazy to go out. Everybody's indoor. Even some people, food, they will say they should come and deliver it to their doorstep. Clothes, they will say they should come and deliver it to their doorstep. So social media actually is connecting people and is live. So I think everybody now wants to be on social media. Everybody wants to try by people. Okay, take for example now, people hardly go for comedy shows. People just believe that they can be in their room, they can be watching skits online. So I just believe social media is live. That's my belief. Because there is nothing that is down. Once social media enters it, it blows.
Okay, Iman Akinmoluwa said, thanks, Baba Farouz. You just got yourself a new competition. Well, I think
Yeah,
he's already an influencer then.
yeah,
And
now.
then Ganiyat Dosumu says, thanks, sir. Kendala Kren Baba Farouz. All right, thank you very much for joining us tonight, sir. I
Yeah,
really appreciate honor your invitation, sir.
thanks for bringing.
All right, good night, bro.
All right, good.
Okay, guys, thank you very much for joining us till moment. Tomorrow, we'll be having two speakers again, and we'll be starting by 6:30 p.m. And our first speaker will be Special, the co-founder of FClef TV, a YouTuber, and he'll be talking on joining the Billionaire YouTubers Club in Nigeria. And then our second speaker will be talking on blogging is Bukola, the founder of Ediaslin.com and also co-founder of eduscard.com, if I got that right. Tomorrow, please stay tuned. Again, it's two sessions, 6:30 p.m. to 7:45 p.m. That's the first session. And the second session, 8 o'clock p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Thank you very much for staying with us, and we really, really love